let's carry on where we left off, and we left off here, where we were, well, not here, this image already has some changes. So right now, this is what we want to do now. So if you have not watched the previous video about VLAN configuration, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Go back, go and check it out, my VLAN configuration video. Then you come back here. Today, or right now, we're going to create VLAN 2 and VLAN 3 and the corresponding subnets. When we left off, we had here VLAN 1 and VLAN 2, okay? Now, but that's just not good. So we're going to create VLAN 2 here, VLAN 3 here, and new subnets. Because that's the better way to do. Just leave VLAN 1 alone. Don't use VLAN 1 for nothing that it really matters. So leave VLAN 1 as kind of a black hole, all right? And we carry on with the next. So we're going to have VLAN 2 and VLAN 3 here. So this is going to be VLAN 2, this is going to be VLAN 3, and this is going to allow us to make things a little bit more by the book. And we're going to change the IP addresses. So you're going to see everything occurring in front of you. So let's let's start with the switch. You can guys see that, yeah. So let's just review. So show VLAN brief. And yeah, so let's put this where we can see the ports. If you're watching this in the short form, I highly advise to see the long form. Well, all about that. So if you're watching this in the short form, come and meet me on the long form. It should be linked somewhere in this short video. Whatever platform you are, go and check it out on my long form video. I see you there. For the rest of you guys, let's check. Let's continue on. So basically 00 and 01 need to be in VLAN 2. VLAN 2 already exists, and VLAN 3 also exists because I have created it in the previous video. So let's just give it a name. So VLAN 3, a name, just to make things a little bit more pretty. Name VLAN 3, just to be a little bit cleaner. And let's get the short run going. Not the short run, VLAN brief. So it exists. It has a pretty name. So ports 0 and 1 need to be on VLAN 2. So let's go. Let's do something fancy. Port interface. Well, range 0.0 to 1. I forgot to mention Ethernet 0.0 and 1. And it's going to apply to 0 and 1 at the same time. So switch port, mode access, switch port, access, VLAN 2. Now we do for 2 and 3. And switch port mode access, it's going to belong to VLAN 3. And now we check, show VLAN brief. There we go. Yeah, 0 and this is on 2, this is on 3, which is fine. Now the switch is kind of done. It's done. Let's just copy the configuration. And we should be A-OK. So that makes, I think the switch is done. We'll come back to the switch if we need to. So let's go to, this is PC4, this is PC3, this is PC2, and this should be PC1. So the IP addresses are still on the old version in a way. So which means that I can still ping PC2. It's fine. They are still on the same network as previously. So basically, these PCs are still on 10.1.1. I have not changed it. These PCs are still on 10.1. I did not change it. So in terms of the pings, nothing will change. So if this is 10.1, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So even though this is 10.1 and still at 10.1 here and 10.1 here, it will not change nothing on the terms of layer 3. Layer 3, it's the same. They can still ping each other, but I don't want this to be the same subnet as this. So this is 10.1.1, this is 10.1.1.2. So they are different VLANs, same subnet. Within the subnet, within the VLAN, still the pings will work as normal. Within the subnet, the VLAN, within the VLAN, pings will occur in the members of that VLAN, but I want to make different IP subnets so I can make the other thing work, like routing between VLANs. And as you know, I can only route between VLANs if the VLANs are in different subnets. It's in the name. I can only route between different IP subnets. So if they are in the same subnet, I cannot route within them. You cannot route within the same subnet, right? So you need to route, you need to be on different subnets. So I'm going to make this 10.2.2 and this one 10.3.3, exactly like it's in the image. So in the future, I can route between the VLANs. Right now, this is still 10.1. Traffic within the VLAN will still work, but then would make it impossible to route between VLANs. So basically, I want to make the next step, which is I'm going to PC1, and I'm going to make it, this is going to be 10.2.2.1. Okay. And I'm going to save. Cool. Now we're going to PC2. PC2 will have the 10.2.2.2. So no default gateway still because routing is not in place. So I should be able to ping 10.2.2.1. There we go. So PC1 and PC2 are configured. Let's then go to PC3. IP 10 PC3 it's on VLAN in VLAN 3. So this is going to be number 3. Let's put it as number. Well, if it is a real scenario, I will start at 1 to make use of most IPs. But this is just for example. I'm going to give it the .3 because it's PC3.3, just to make things a little bit clearer. But if this was a practical scenario, real world scenario, of course I would start at 1 if possible. Sometimes 1 is a gateway, sometimes 1 is the DNS. So people tend to make these kind of cheat sheets in their memories to make things a little bit easier. It's fine. Just make it 10.3.3 something and she'll belong on 3.3 subnet on the 3 VLAN. So the number of the VLAN, like I have VLAN 3, I have VLAN 3 and a subnet 10.3.3, VLAN 2, subnet 10.2.2. There is no correlation between the numbers. It can be VLAN 3 and subnet 10.20.20. It's fine. Just make an Excel spreadsheet or something like that to make so you can memorize what was the VLAN number and the subnet number, but there is no correlation. I just do this. I'm sorry. We're back. I just do this because it makes my memory and the teaching process a little bit easier. So there is no correlation between the subnet number and the VLAN number. No correlation. Okay, this is PC3. So since I'm here, let's save. Did I save PC1? No. I did save PC1. Did I save PC2? No. There should be saved. Now I'll go to PC4 IP 10.3.3.4/24. And I can ping PC3 to ping 10.2. Of course, I forgot the number. There we go. So I should not be able to ping. I should not be able to ping the 2 VLAN. Okay. Again, why? This is very clear. The 2 VLAN is on a different IP subnet, which means I cannot ping a different IP subnet without a default gateway, which is what he's telling me. So you are at the 10.3.3 subnet. You want to ping the 10.2.2. We need a gateway for that. And that's awesome because that's exactly what I want. Okay, everything is saved. Did I save PC3? I forget. I did save PC3. So this is exactly what we have now. So this is VLAN 2. This is VLAN 3. PCs on the 10.2.2 subnet. These PCs are on the 10.3.3 subnet. They can ping each other here. They can ping each other here, but they cannot ping each other there. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So now, if I want for VLAN 2 to ping or contact VLAN 3, I need to provide some inter-VLAN routing stuff, which is going to be a future video. So watch this video back so you can see what I've done. I just swapped VLANs and I made sure that VLAN 1 is not in use. And I gave the corresponding PCs some IP subnet correspondingly. So VLAN 2, it's 10.2.2. VLAN 3 is 10.3.3. Again, there is no direct correlation. You can manage things as you prefer, and we are good to go. So VLAN 2 is perfectly isolated from VLAN 3, and we are good to go. And each VLAN has its own IP subnet, so it makes inter-VLAN routing possible. Like, subscribe, and hype. It really helps, and you get notified of the future videos on the series of the VLANs, where the next videos are going to configure trunking and also inter-VLAN routing. Once again, like, subscribe, and hype. It really helps, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Cheers.